The Intern program brought to you by Rodeo Time. A lot of characters you see in the show are young people that are looking to learn how to ranch, how to rodeo, how to be a cowboy and or cowgirl. Dating back all the way to 2016, when the intern program officially started, the same week that I decided to take on interns, I got a DM from a young man by the name of Dean Sutton, conveniently named Deanie Weenie String Bikini. He was the first and only intern to actually get college credit for it. After that, it's just young people interested in the craft. But Dean came on, worked for us for 6 weeks, and the intern program was born. That was 8 years ago this spring. So, man, the 8th anniversary of the intern program. Dean, at the time, was 22 years old, came from Utah, and did a great job.
Didn't know him.
The second official intern, Garrett Kelly Johnson, hails from Nebraska, and I believe at the time was also 22 years old. Garrett did a great job and wanted to ride broncs. That's when we started taking interns that were looking to further their rough stock careers.
Beautiful human being. Love him.
Garrett Kelly was a fan favorite, stayed here for about 6 months, and then was on to the next one, back to Nebraska. Our third intern was Sam Bone. No, his last name is not Bone, but he wasn't quite here long enough for me to remember his last name. He was a Houston native, 19 years old, did a great job, very respectful, but it wasn't his cup of tea. Wanted to go back to Houston, so got on a few bulls and returned home. Great kid.
I forgot Sam was even here.
We did decide after that to up the age to 21. So our fourth intern after Sam was Wesley James, who was 22 at the time, hailed all the way from Tennessee, worked in the backer fields, which is tobacco. I did not know at the time. Was not sure what backer fields were. He was also a lineman. Came to work as a rancher/bull rider for Dale Brisby. We had a great time. Worked here for a year before he went back to line work, started a family, and lives in West Texas.
I'll just quote Wesley James. I'm like a diesel engine. Hard to get going and even harder to stop. Hard to get going, incredibly easy to stop.
While Wes was here, we got the redheaded stepchild, the one and only Donnie Ray Daytona, the younger of the Daytona brothers. And Donnie, how old were you when you got here? 23. He came all the way from Missouri, and he was our first college graduate. He was the first one to join the team who had graduated college. So kudos to him. He's been here for 5 years, so ever since 2019 that you came on. Attaboy. He came about a month after Wes did and never left.
Pretty cool name. Pretty good intern, track record don't lie. Been here the longest.
Wes said when he left here, we were going to need 2 people to replace him. And Donnie said, to fix all the crap you broke. Donnie and Wes love to give each other a hard time, and it was fun to watch. And the citizens of Winnebago love to watch that too. So I'll have you know, if we showed the clip of JB and I hot-shotting Wes started it. So I need to go on record saying that. After Donnie was Nick Anderson. My man worked hard. He was here for 2 months. He had to go back to college, rode a lot. I mean, I would say that he probably put more miles on a horse during his time than anybody else had, relatively speaking, for their time. Like, he rode horses all day, and he's continued in the craft. He left in 2020, and he's still in the ranching community, so it's neat to see Nick doing that work. He was a Texas boy and about 21 years old at the time.
Nick had me in the first half, but, he's still in the industry, so got to respect that.
Next up, we've got Jordan Halverstein, all the way from North Carolina, 25 when she came here, 24, somewhere in there. And she's still with us 4 years later, bull rider, handy, and not bad to look at.
Jordan Halverson is like the third best looking intern we have here.
After Jordan came Gabriel Breno, all the way from California, 28, I believe, or 7. He was a more mature intern, had lived a lot of life, bartender, drove a motorcycle, and he was here for maybe 2 years, still lives in the area. We love Gabe and his wife, Noemi. They've got a baby now.
I speak better Spanish than Gabriel Breno.
After Gabe came Willie. I can't believe YouTube let us put on screen why Willie left. We're celebrating 10 years of rodeo time. Willie's going to go down to the bottom of this hill. We're going to throw him down in this box, and he's going to pop out and blow off this Roman candle. 3. All right, he should be popping out.
I think we should throw him again.
Oh, God! Think he's okay? 24. No, he was 22 at the time when he came here. Rode bulls really good. Stayed for about 2 years. And then just poof, he was gone. Like a fart in the wind. And lo and behold, we got it on film.
He just had to climb in that box.
After Willie came Kevin. And Kevin is, he is the true people's champ, looking back. He's still here. He's from Tennessee. Oh, Willie was from Maryland, by the way. And Willie, 22 from Maryland. Kevin was from Tennessee, and he's still with us. Been 3.5 years now. He is the people's champ.
Kevin is the best human being to ever exist.
After Kevin showed up Everett. We had picked Everett as the fan favorite, as the warehouse favorite. We had high hopes for Everett, and Everett was a great guy.
Everett is another one that had me in the first half, and then he broke all of our hearts.
For about 5 days, and then he left in the night. We're not sure where Everett is. We hope he's not mad at us. We all loved him every minute he was here. Everett, if you're out there watching this, please come back. We don't know. We truly don't know what we did. We thought we were all that in a bag of potato chips, and Everett did not think that. Maybe it was the bunkhouse. We're not sure. But we loved Everett, and I think that's why it hurt so bad. So, you know who we passed on to bring on Everett? Carson. So we passed on Carson. We all thought that, we don't know. He was, to be honest, I didn't think that, Carson. Willie is the one that was like, I don't know about this guy. So we passed on Carson. We brought on Everett. Everett was here for 6 days, went home. And we're like, I guess we'll call Carson. And Carson came on, and now he's a lifer and looking to move to Winnebago. Carson is still with us out of Missouri, Donnie's home state. Young man of 22 at the time, so now he's 24, 25. Carson's been a great addition to the team.
Carson's hair has gotten incredibly better since he's worked here.
Next up came Blythe, young lady out of Nebraska who did a great job, and she went back to college and got on a few bulls. So, Blythe, thank you for your time here.
Chipper! You could not break Blythe's spirits.
After Blythe came Carlos. Carlos did a great job. He was a bull rider from Georgia. A little few more miles than most. I think he was 25 or 6. We don't really know. He was a mysterious man that was respectful and hardworking and rode bulls and then left. Not in the night. It was in the middle of the day, about 8 months later.
I really just want to know how old he was.
I know you can tell by looking at him, but yes, Carlos was a redneck. Being from Georgia, he had that accent to him. After Carlos came Cole Snyder. And as Donnie likes to point out all the time, most of the interns were brought here on merit. Cole was brought here because of his brother. Lane Snyder is a former intern of mine. I know I haven't said him yet, but he was back before I lived in Winnebago. He would come through and stop and stay on our couch for, 3, 4, 9 months at a time and go to rodeos with us. So Lane was Lane was a good one and really wanted him to stay for a long time. And so, yeah, blonde-headed, he was a good one. Oh, Cole. Anyways, yeah, his brother. He's still here, I guess.
Contrary to popular belief, Cole Snyder is actually the shortest intern that works here.
After Cole came Reese, and this was a Canadian who was an Olympic skier, very athletic. It was a short-term internship, and, yeah, very strong.
Physically imposing, but that is the least threatening accent someone could have.
By far the strongest intern we've ever had. So, Reese was a good one. After Reese, another short-term intern, Jackson. Jackson was a good one who we asked to stay, and he politely turned us down and said, I believe I'll go back to school.
Jackson, please come back.
So I'm pretty high on the intern program, even though I'm telling you about some of these guys that were not here that long, you know. I feel like we got it all, but some of these guys disagree. After Jackson came the Winnebago treasure we call the Ty Monster. And Ty showed up as a threesome with Dalton and Adam. Ty, Dalton, Adam. We had 3 interns show up in the same day.
Ty, motivation, 0. Morals, none. Bull riding?
Dalton got here first. He was the tallest college swimmer, collegiate athlete who was athletic and worked very hard. Dalton was here for about a year and did well.
Dude could swim fast. I wasn't even there. I heard about it.
Adam was here for maybe 6 months and did well.
A lot of people say I'm quiet, but Adam, he had me beat.
Both of those guys got on bulls. Adam went back to being a paramedic, and Dalton went to work for a steer wrestler where he could learn to steer wrestle. Ty has wanted to leave, but he's too lazy to move, and he still works for us. Ty came from Kentucky. Dalton hailed from Georgia. Adam is a Texas boy, Texas native. So next after Adam came Grayson. Grayson, I'm starting to see a trend that the Texas guys aren't sticking around. All the Texans ones have come and gone. And Grayson is another Texas intern that came to us. He was younger, 21, 22, young man with his whole life ahead of him.
Grayson, very gullible.
Went back to school. Good job, Grayson. Thanks for coming down. Before I tell you about this next intern, I'm going to have me a delicious drink of delicious ranch fuel. Agave lime that you can get on ranchfuel.com for 30% off and free shipping. If you use code DALE, D-A-L-E, you get an additional 15% off. That's 45% off plus free shipping direct to your door. That's half off, baby. ranchfuel.com. Anyways, the next intern would be Joey. I believe he was around 24 or 5, all the way from the great state of Washington. Hey! Joey was a great kid. Short-term intern. Asked him to stay. He said no thanks.
If you use code Donnie at checkout, you'll get nothing, because I'm not sponsored by Ranch Fuel, but I do like the taste. Joey. Why don't I have a hat on? Joey, you want to get on bulls? Joey, you want to eat lunch?
Next up was Rowdy Biceps, as we like to call him around my condo.
That guy was on steroids.
Rowdy came as a short-term intern to feed for us while we were going to the NFR, and he stuck around a little longer, so an additional 5.5 months. So impressed us, did good. And now he is getting married and going. So he said he was coming back, but he told us all goodbye as if it was the last time he would see our sorry asses, is kind of the look I got. Is that the impression you guys got? Like, so long, suckers, is literally verbatim what he said as he walked out the door. We'll see. Maybe he'll call us. Maybe he won't. I imagine if it doesn't work out, he'll call us. If he winds up a star, I doubt we get a call. After Rowdy came Jace. This is where we broke the 21-year-old rule, and I did that because Jace has been more miles than most 21-year-olds. As an 18-year-old, he had been more miles. So I've done a lot of rodeoing, and I felt that like he wasn't going to miss home and turn around and go back home, even though he's from Decatur, Texas.
A lot of people say he's mature for his age. I disagree.
He is leaving. He's going back to school this fall. Yeah, he graduated high school while he was here. Had to miss last week because he graduated high school. Kind of that he had to miss 3 days. That graduation takes 2 hours. I need to talk to him about that. Last but not least, well, kind of least. He's okay. Nate Balls has come in here and won all of our hearts. He's doing a great job. He's been here a while. He's a good sport. And, yeah, we think we're going to keep him around. I haven't really decided yet. No, I'm just kidding. That's it. Nate, watch out if you're watching this. If I had to pick one of my favorite interns out of this entire list, hands down, without question, Lane Snyder. And maybe that's why I get so mad at Cole sometimes, just because he reminds me of Lane, but he's nothing like Lane. They look the same. They sound the same. They have the same hairy nipples. I mean, like obnoxiously long hair around their nipples only. If I had one thing to change about Lane, I would say shave your damn nipples, my man. Other than that, I love the guy. I wish he'd come back and replace his brother. So there you have it. Lane Snyder's the favorite intern. If you want to be a Rodeo Time intern, text the word intern to 940-353-0890. And we'd love to have you come on to the team. We'd love to teach you how to ride bulls. We do have broncs and bareback. We got a lot of bronc riders right now, so bull riding is kind of wide open. If you've got any special skills like graphic design or running a camera, juggling, anything that would be entertaining for a YouTube channel, you got a chance. It is a paid internship. You work for free for 2 weeks. I mean, everybody does it. And then after that, you get paid. And we'll provide housing that will, of course, come out of your paycheck. So by the time you pay rent and, you know, all your bills and the intern fee, then it's kind of a wash. But you will get paid. So you will get taxed on that income. So it's a good deal. No pets. Do not bring a dog. Do not bring a pet. And if you have a wife and kids, may not be suitable for you. The living conditions don't necessarily justify a full family. So, yeah, it's a lot to fit into a 20 by 8 space. That's the container that you might have to live in, depending on how many we got. Love you all. Pow, pow. On to the next one. Lane Snyder, come back and replace your brother.
I completely agree. Lane Snyder is the better of the Snyder brothers and should still be here.